The truth about the CIA's drone assassinations: IT doesn't knock on your door. IT doesn't send a warning, and you never hear it coming. This is the new face of warfare. Quiet, precise, and lethal, and behind the trigger, not a soldier, but an intelligence agency. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Secret Agents Exposed. Today we dive into a story so wild, so shocking, so interesting. You won't believe it's true. Let's start. Today we uncover the truth about one of the CIA's most controversial and closely guarded programs, the drone assassination program. How IT began, how IT evolved, and the dark ethical questions that still surround IT. From surveillance to strikes, drones were originally designed for surveillance. Unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, like the Predator and Reaper, could fly over enemy territory, capturing high-res images without risking pilot lives. But everything changed in 2002 in Yemen. A Predator drone fired a Hellfire missile at a car carrying Abu Ali al-Harithi, a senior al-Qaeda operative, and a U.S. citizen named Kamal Derwish. It was the first known CIA drone assassination. It wouldn't be the last. Suddenly, surveillance drones became weapons, and the CIA found itself not just gathering intelligence, but carrying out targeted killings. How the kill list works: behind every drone strike is a process, one shrouded in secrecy. Here's what we know. Each week, CIA operatives and military leaders would present names to a secret committee, often with input from the White House. This classified list became known as the disposition matrix, or simply the kill list. Targets included high-ranking al-Qaeda commanders, Taliban leaders, and even U.S. citizens abroad if deemed an imminent threat. Each name was vetted using satellite imagery, human intelligence, human signal intercepts, SIGINT, and drone surveillance. Once approved, the drone operator, often stationed thousands of miles away, would receive the green light to fire. Precision or illusion? The CIA has always framed its drone strikes as surgical. One target, one missile, zero collateral damage. But the reality? Much messier. According to leaked documents and whistleblowers, the accuracy rate was far from perfect. Signature strikes were often USED, targeting people based on patterns of behavior, not confirmed identities. Innocent civilians, including women and children, were frequently caught in the crossfire. In Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia, drone strikes sparked outrage and protests. Human rights groups argued that the CIA was acting as judge, jury, and executioner far outside any battlefield. Even former drone operators have stepped forward, describing the psychological toll and blurred ethics of remote warfare, double-tap strikes, and controversial tactics. One of the most disturbing revelations: the CIA's use of double-tap strikes. Here's how IT worked. A drone would fire on a target, often a vehicle or compound. Minutes later, when first responders or family members rushed in to help, a second missile would strike the same location. The logic: eliminate accomplices. The result? Dozens of medics, rescuers, and civilians killed. This tactic led to international condemnation, with experts calling it a potential war crime, and yet the CIA never publicly confirmed or denied using it. The truth remained buried under the label of classified operations. The global shadow war. Make nitrogen monoxide mistake. The CIA's drone campaign wasn't limited to Afghanistan or Iraq. It stretched across Pakistan's tribal areas, where over 400 strikes were recorded. Yemen, targeting al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. Somalia, striking militant leaders in al-Shabaab. Even rumored operations in Libya, Mali, and the Philippines, all carried out without public debate, often without the knowledge or approval of the local governments. In some regions, drones flew daily patrols, always watching, always ready to strike. It wasn't just warfare, it was a permanent aerial occupation. Obama, Trump, and shifting rules under President Barack Obama. The drone program accelerated, with over 500 strikes authorized. Obama insisted on tighter rules, requiring a near certainty of nitrogen monoxide civilian casualties before firing. But critics say the program was still deeply flawed, and the rules often bent in secret. Under Donald Trump, the restrictions were rolled back. The CIA gained more autonomy. Drone strikes increased while public reporting decreased. Suddenly, even Congress had less visibility into where, when, or why targets were being hit. The fog of drone war only deepened the cost. Strategic and human supporters argue that CIA drone strikes weakened terrorist networks, killed high-value targets, and avoided putting U.S. soldiers at risk. But the cost: thousands of civilian deaths, many of them children. Rising anti-American sentiment in Muslim countries, new recruits for extremist groups radicalized by the strikes. Even some within the CIA began questioning whether the drone campaign was creating more enemies than it eliminated. It became a self-reinforcing loop. Strike a village, kill a target, enrage a population, breed more militants, strike again, legal gray areas. One of the most dangerous aspects of the CIA's drone program. IT operated in legal shadows, no formal war declarations, nitrogen monoxide oversight from international courts, and little to nitrogen monoxide transparency. The killing of U.S. citizen Anwar al-Awlaki into 011 followed by his 16-year-old son days later sparked a fierce debate about due process and constitutional rights. But the government held firm. If you're deemed an imminent threat, you can be eliminated even without trial. That decision opened a legal Pandora's box. 1. We still haven't closed the CIA's drone assassination program. Is the modern battlefield invisible, remote, and terrifyingly efficient? IT reflects our deepest fears and our greatest technological power, but IT also raises urgent questions. Who gets to decide? Who lives or dies? What happens when that power is misused? And how do we even know what's being done in our name when the truth is classified? One thing is clear in this age of remote warfare: silence does not mean peace sometimes. It just means someone's already pulled the trigger. Thank you for watching. If you want more stories about real spy missions, declassified operations, and the dark secrets of intelligence agencies, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Until next time, stay curious, stay alert, because in the world of espionage, the truth is never what it seems. See you in the next video with unique story.